We are now joined by our third place finisher, Kyle Larson, driver of the number 42 Belkin Chevrolet, Kyle led a race high 94 laps. This is his second top three finish in the Xfinity Series this season. So Kyle, just talk a little bit about your race out there this afternoon.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Was too loose in the heat race, so it was nice we had that little break to make some adjustments, some big adjustments, and probably got ourselves a little bit too tight for that first run, but still really good long run speed. But it really hurt my short run stuff for probably 10, 15 laps. Had a lot of fun there through traffic. Was able to get past Erik for the lead, and then probably only led like a lap or two, and then Kyle got by me. And then just followed his tracks through lap traffic, and we got to some really heavy lap traffic, and I ducked to the bottom, and he got pinned on the outside, and I got to the lead. And then had that last run where he was quite a bit better than I was. I was just trying to do all I could to stay calm and patient, and let him beat my back bumper off there. He was like I said, faster and ran me really clean. He got into me a couple times, but short track racing, and I was just doing all I could to hold him off, because I knew if I lost the lead at any point in that last run, I was definitely not going to beat him. And I did a good job of that, and then didn't really want to see that caution, because I knew I could probably hold him off in traffic. And then I knew I was tight on the short runs, and I still should have won. I just did a really bad job on that restart. I just ran too low for a lap, and was too tight and had to slow down to get pointed decent off of 4, and Erik got to my outside and tried to slide him into 1. Knew I wouldn't clear him. Was hoping he'd make a mistake, and I could maybe get another shot him into 3, and I just ran in the side of him, and so glad he was able to keep going and get the win. Just did a really poor job the last 3 laps, so pretty disappointed in myself, and probably not going to forget about this one for quite a while.
We'll now open it up for questions for Kyle. If you have a question, please raise your hand, state your name and affiliation. We'll start in the front here with Jim.
Given the fact the battle that you had with Kyle over the last part of the race, were you surprised that it ended up being Erik Jones that you were behind you at the end?
No, I wasn't surprised. This place is the outside lane takes off so well that I knew I'd be battling Erik through 1 and 2. I knew Kyle was pretty good around the bottom, and I was hoping they would get to racing behind me. But Erik just did a really good job taking off on that restart, and he took off with me and kind of juked left into 1, and it got me to run lower there, and he got a run on me down the back, I think, and then I just ran half a groove, probably too low, through 3 and 4, and got him to my outside. So no, I wasn't surprised that I was going to be battling him. I restarted 4th here with 20 laps ago, and I normally come out 2nd and chase Kyle Busch for the win and lose. So was put in a good spot, just did a bad job.
Our next question over here on the left from Stan.
Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Were you all pre-set up for long runs versus short runs? And what's the biggest thing you think you learned today that may help you tomorrow?
So the heat race, I thought we were good short runs and not good long run. And then, like I said, we tightened up quite a bit and then got our short run stuff too tight, but our long run was really good. So, had we... I don't know. We probably should have made maybe a little bit bigger of a swing to go back in the other direction on that pit stop, and we could have been better. But who knows? I might not have been good enough on the long run, and Kyle could have got by me, and you would be seeing a different guy upstairs there. So, I don't know. My team did a good job. My pit stops were good. Shiplet and Davin, I thought they made good adjustments there after the heat race, and. I didn't think we'd have a shot to win after the heat, and we should have won today. So just, it's pretty disappointing that they did their part. I just didn't do mine.
Okay, next question over here from Kenny.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Kyle, a lot of times we see guys when they get the lead here, they kind of pull out a little bit and they're able to cruise and work traffic, and they don't have that second place guy right on their bumper constantly like you did. How concerned were you that you were wearing out your car just trying to keep Kyle behind you during those runs?
I knew I wasn't wearing out my car. I just knew I had to. He kept tapping me in the rear bumper to let me know he's there. I knew he was there, and I was just trying to stay calm. I thought I did a really good job at staying calm. Normally, when Kyle Busch is behind you, you tend to freak out and make mistakes, and I didn't. I don't think I made many mistakes there in traffic. So I was pretty proud of myself about that. It's every time I run here, I get to battle Kyle Busch, and have learned a lot from him here. I'm sure he's probably learned a little bit from me too. But anytime I guess you can race around him, it's good learning and all that. But soon, one of these days, I'll beat him here or everywhere. But today wasn't the day.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Chris, and then over here to the left, and come back to Bob.
Chris Knight, catchfence.com. Kyle, what did you think of the heat races today, and did that give you an advantage to maybe set your car up for the race? And when's the next time you're going to be back in an Xfinity car?
I don't know. I don't know the next time I'll be back in Xfinity. I think like 3 more weeks or something. I'm not running the next 2. Heat races, though, for us Cup guys, didn't really make a difference to me. I thought for the Xfinity guys, it was at least in the second heat races, it was good to see Ty Dillon work his way up to the front, and Daniel Suarez kind of fell back, and that got kind of interesting to qualify for the Dash for Cash. But yeah, for the Cup guys, I don't think it really matters. So I don't know. It was. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion yet. I'm sure NASCAR probably watched it and thought or can think of some tweaks that they want to make with it. Didn't really feel like a heat race to me. Growing up racing heat races every Friday or Saturday night, it didn't feel like a heat race. I don't really know how to make it feel like a heat race in a stock car, I guess, because I don't know. I've never really ran one, but I don't know. It's different. I don't know how it's going to be at Indy, but Bristol is exciting.
Okay, we'll go over to the far left.
Camden Lazenby, RublingsRacing.com. You said you don't really know how you feel about the heat races, but I think a lot of us here in the media center noticed the added intensity we had with just the 200-lap race this afternoon. Do you think just having the shorter races will add the intensity, or is the heat races going to be something that affects that?
I think every race should be shorter in NASCAR. Shorter races just make for more intense racing. You look at the Truck Series, and every race is pretty intense when Kyle Busch isn't in it. Every race should be shorter. But here at Bristol, man, you could have a 1,000-lap race, and it's gonna be just as intense if it's a 100-lap race. So I think why it was so intense today was just because I was in second a little bit quicker than Erik, got by him, and then Kyle Busch was behind me, and he was a little bit quicker than me, so it just made for the top 2 to be really close together through traffic. So it's just a product of this racing and this racetrack is why it's so intense. But for sure, any racetrack would be better with shorter races.
Okay,
half the
next
distance,
question from Bob.
maybe more.
Pacris, ESPN. Do you learn anything from that last restart that you can take to another race if you're in that position?
Yeah, I should have just let Erik get to my inside and battle him from there. I just ran too low for a lap. I knew normally you run here, you run down, you just inch your way up to the top after a few laps, and I got clear of Kyle, and just like I said, just ran too low. So if I had to do it over again, I would have taken off the same spot in the zone. I would have, I felt like I did a decent job not spinning my tires. I think Erik timed the run behind me pretty well, and then I probably went through 1 and 2 the way I did, but I would have gotten higher in 3 and 4, and Erik probably would have got to me inside, and we would have battled from there. Who knows? We might have both ended up crashing, but he did a good job, and happy for him, but wish I could have won.
Any final questions for Kyle? Okay, Kyle, thank you for your time. Good luck tomorrow.